Hey y'all. Okay, so I have been getting a lot of requests recently to put lipstick on parts of my face other than my lips. It's like every time I solicit requests or recommendations for videos or anything like that, it seems like a bunch of people are like, I want to see you use your lipsticks as eyeshadows. I want to see you use your lipsticks as blush. And so I decided to just do a full face of lipstick. I have all of my lipsticks here. This box contains everything that I own, everything that's part of my personal makeup collection that is like actually lipstick. So no glosses, no balms, nothing that's not actually lipstick. But this has like liquid lipsticks, bullet lipsticks. It's just all my lipsticks. And I'm going to use the contents of this box and only the contents of this box to do my makeup. It's pretty straightforward. If you're new to my channel, if this is your first time here, welcome. I'm so glad that you clicked on this video. I'm Hannah. I love beautiful things, I love beauty, and I'm always doing little experiments like this to reroute my attention away from what's new and shiny and seems like it'll be better than anything else, and back onto stuff that I've owned for a long time, the stuff that I already have. I'm really into using what I own, getting actual good use out of what I own. So if beauty content like that sounds good to you, I hope you'll subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into the meat of the video. I do have a little bit of makeup on my face already just to neutralize some of the redness, but I tried to not do too much, and I also didn't put anything like super glowy on my face because I feel like for me one of the challenges of this is the fact that I don't really have highlighting lipstick, I don't think. Like I usually like to have a really glowy cream cheek, and I'm not going to cheat and use the highlighter from the e.l.f. Active Lip and Cheek palette, even though that's technically like a lip and cheek product. I'm just using lipsticks, and so it's gonna be interesting to see what I do for a glowy cheek. I'm wearing a little bit of Glossier Future Dew kind of as a base because my skin's been really dry lately, so I do have a little bit of a glow from that. And then a little bit of Makeup Forever HD concealer and a little bit of my NARS spot concealer, but that's pretty much it. And then I have my my brows done just with a little bit of glycerin soap, but that's all that I have on my face. So other than that, it's gonna be really a full face of lipstick. And I think that I'm gonna start with the eyes because I think that that's the biggest challenge. That's the hardest thing. I also, and this might be obvious, haven't thought it through. Like I just grabbed all my lipsticks, threw them in a box, and then sat down and started filming. I actually forgot to prime my eyes. I'm going to at least give myself that because I'm worried that nothing that I have in the way of lipstick will actually stick to my eyes and stay without creasing. And you know, I don't mind a little bit of creasing. I don't mind that kind of like glamorous, glimmery creasing. But I don't know if I will be able to, you know, find a lipstick that'll give me, I feel like for the creasing on the eyes to be glamorous, it has to also be like flaky and shimmery and textured in all of these other ways as well. And I just don't know if I can get that. I don't know if I can get something to look intentionally creasy. So I'm gonna try for, I don't know what I'm gonna try for. I'm gonna wing it. I don't usually wear liquid lipstick, and I only have two. They're both from Ofra. One is from the Samantha March collab. It's the Story lipstick, and one is Emerald City. This is the most eyeshadow-like lipstick that I have. Like it's the one, if I really wanted to do, maybe what I'll do is I'll put something else on and then I'll smudge this like along my lash line if I feel like I need a little something. It's a really cool lipstick. I mean, it might as well be a liquid eyeshadow, you know what I mean? I'm tempted to reach for that because it's the thing that I have that the most imitates like the kind of grungy eye look that I usually do. I feel like what I need to do is use a lipstick on my eyes that actually looks like a lipstick. You know what I mean? I want to like do the actual project instead of trying to skirt around the edges of it as much as possible. I think that what I want to do is this. I think I want to put this on my eyes. It's a Lancome lipstick. It was like a collab that Lancome did a long time ago. It was limited edition. I mean, I don't know if they even make this in like a not limited edition color. I know that you can't get this one anymore, but what I'm trying to say is like, I don't even know if I could link the not limited edition version of this, but it doesn't matter because if you're at home and you're gonna do this, you're not gonna like go out and buy the lipsticks that I'm using and try to use them on your eyes. Like this is all about using what you have. So I'm using what I have. You use what you have. It doesn't really matter if like you can still buy this or not. It's really bright orange. It's like the most true orange, I think, lip maybe that I have. It's It's like a bright tangerine. I want to wear it on my eyes. And it's a really nice, sticky, tenacious, sort of dry, but lovely lip formula. And so I feel like of all of that I have here, it's one of the things that's probably going to do the best on the eyes. Although I don't know if it'll completely not crease, but this is all just experimental, and I need to get the show on the road. I'm hedging a little bit. Look how long my bangs are. I feel like it was only yesterday that I was cutting them within an inch of their lives on live. I feel like it was only yesterday, and look at them now. Okay, here we go. I feel like this is gonna work. Maybe I'm speaking too soon, but this is how I feel. I'm being extremely impulsive with this. I'm just putting it out there. I saw this, I grabbed it, and now it's all over my eyes. That's what we're doing today. I want to buff out the edges. I just brought this all of my brushes are dirty, and I didn't want to use my dirty brushes. I don't usually mind like blending eyeshadow with a brush that has a little bit of residual eyeshadow on it, but I didn't want to do that today because I'm trying not to get like a speck of eyeshadow on. So this is a clean brush. It's one of the ones that Alter Ego recently sent me. So it's not very hefty. It's a synthetic fiber brush. It's a little bit fluffy. I'm going to try to use it to soften the edges of this. And I'm not really sure if it will do anything because it's so soft. It's kind of doing something. Yeah, it's working. Actually, the blend is not bad. I don't like that it's worn away from my lid because I liked that really bright color. I think part of the reason that it's working is that in order for this to hold its shape, you see it's not like a bullet that you twist up. It's just like this pencil tip shaped chunk of lipstick. It has to be a pretty solid formula to hold its shape through a bunch of applications because of the shape. So I think that that's why it's not giving me too much trouble, although we'll see how it wears. Even over the next couple minutes, things might change. I'm going to try to replicate this on my other eye. I just want to point out at this stage that I really could have taken the easy route. You know what I mean? I could have gone with like, I don't know, like an almost sheer, like milky chocolatey brown lipstick that would have just like blended into my crease and almost away into nothing. But instead I chose this. I'm not here for this. Meaning I am here for it. I'm like 99 to 100% here for it. At this point, it occurs to me that I should probably state the caveat that a lot of lipsticks are not necessarily eye safe. I think that this is the case. Like, I don't know if this is eye safe. It could very well stain the thin skin around my eyes, and I don't endorse doing this without checking to make sure that it's okay. That's just what I did. Don't do what I'm doing at home if you have sensitive eyes or if you're worried, you know, that it might be a thing for you. Okay, I'm using this, like, again, clean, sort of flat smudger brush to smudge out under my lids. I mean, under my lash line. Okay, do I look like I have lipstick all over my eyes? Do I look like I have a rash all over my eyes? Or do I look fierce? I mean, the magical thing is that it's not really creasing badly, and it could still happen, you know, it could still, my skin could still like warm up the cream to the point where it really is not gonna stay, you know what I mean? But lipsticks are designed to stay even though your lips are warming them up, you know? I mean, they're designed to be pretty tenacious, especially certain formulas. I'm gonna stick with that for now. I don't want to ruin the really intense effect by going in with the liquid lipstick like I was considering doing and doing any kind of liner or something. I think I just want to like leave it. But should I put mascara on? That's what I'm sitting here trying to decide. If I put mascara on, that's not really like a full face of only lipstick, you know? But my lashes are so pale that it kind of looks like they don't exist. Originally, I was kind of thinking that that would be part of the look. Like it would be very editorial and it would be like that thing where you just look like a winky little bird that just woke up but has a rash on its eyes, you know? I think that with this, I was sort of imagining that maybe I wouldn't go as hard on the eyes and it would look kind of natural. I think that that's what I thought I would be doing. And so I would leave it as sort of this like bare Terry Barber creasy, greasy eye. that was before I had decided to use this like bright orange. And now that I've decided to use it, I feel like I kind of could really use mascara to pull it together. And I also feel like because I was so risky with like my choice of color on the eyes, maybe I can reward myself by allowing myself to use a mascara. I'm just gonna use a mascara, okay? But I'm using this brown mascara that I'm testing from Thrive. It's a tubing mascara, so we can't really build. It's gonna be kind of a light application, just like a light, tender darkening of the little lashes. It's not like I'm trying to create a false lash effect or a really enhanced lash. It's basically what the look would look like if I had naturally dark lashes, like if my eyelashes matched the way that my eyebrows currently look, or even if they were as dark as most of my hair is. They're just so pale. It is starting to crease a little bit, but it's actually not that bad. It doesn't look that bad. It almost looks like an eyeshadow that's just getting a little bit of buildup. I'm gonna give you a close-up, and then I'll check in again at the end of the video with another close-up so we can see how it's worn just in the time it takes me to do the rest of my face. You already know that what I want to do is just to do the whole rest of my face with the same lipstick. Like I love a monochromatic look. I especially love a monochromatic look in this color, but I'm going to try to diversify, and I'm going to try to use some different textures, some different lipsticks, different brands. And I think I might kind of try to really, really use different colors than you might expect. Like, you know, you might expect that for the eyes, you would use something a little bit easier to wear, easier on the eyes, you know what I mean? And I'm gonna kind of try to do the same thing on the cheeks. I'm going to maybe move past my first instinct, because my first instinct is to most lipsticks are blush colored, you know what I mean? My first instinct is to just use one that is exactly the same color as like most of my cream blushes. I am kind of tempted to use this L'Oreal Coloris Shine and Dazzling Dough, because it would be such a beautiful glossy cheek, but I also feel like it would end up still kind of sticky. Like I don't feel like having that sort of sticky stuff on my cheeks right now. I do think it would be beautiful, but I'm not gonna use that one. Same with this one from Illamasqua. I think that's like the color and finish visually that I would like, but I think that I need to go for something, yeah, a little bit drier, a little more tenacious. Maybe. What about Faded Clementine, the M Cosmetics Infinite Lip Cloud? I feel like the Infinite Lip Cloud is a good choice because it's like a beautifully fluffy, blendable formula. It's also a liquid, and I've already used a solid on my lids. I'm gonna go in with this, and I am gonna blend with a brush. I brought this little clean brush over here to blend with. I'm just gonna start with a little bit and see how it works. Also, I feel like this rusty, I said I was gonna start with a little bit, and then I was like, blah, 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 all over. Okay, well, actually I'm gonna take a little bit off. What are we talking about? Oh, I feel like this rusty color is sort of an incongruous choice because it's still kind of a bright, and it's still in the red category rather than being like in the brown category, which is my other category of lipsticks. But it's a very different tone. It's like, it has a very different mood about it than the real bright, almost fluorescent mood of the eyes. I should have started blending it right away instead of talking, because it kind of wanted to set. Oh, that's a pretty cheek color though. It's also very one with the skin. Like it's very, very blending right into my skin. You know what I mean? It almost looks like I just rubbed away foundation product and like my natural cheek is coming through, rather than it looking like I actually applied color. But the color the color is what's there. I wasn't trying to imply that that is what happened. This is really the color of the product. I think I'm gonna keep going with that. I like how it doesn't look monochromatic with the eye. It really looks like I'm putting two different colors together, but they still kind of go, and I like that. It's fine, I'm fine. We're gonna be fine, calm down. Man, the Infinite Lip Cloud, I feel like they could like remove the vanilla scent and market this as a cream blush and everyone would be into it. I'm just gonna go in, applying the blush kind of, revealed some of these healing blemishes on my cheek, I'm just gonna go in and kind of clean that up. I feel like I want to put something else on my cheeks too, just to, you know, do more for the video, but I don't want it to be too much and I don't want to have to repair this edge again. So it would have to be something that's just going to go kind of on the very tippy tip. Yeah, I want to just see what will happen. This is Lisa Eldridge Velvet Fawn. I want to just see what will happen if I just add the tiniest bit. The bullet just fell off. It has broken off on the inside, which I know is a thing that has happened with some of these lipsticks. I've owned it for over a year and so it's not like it's brand new and that just happened, and I've definitely applied it a bunch of times, but something to be aware of. Anyway, it's a matte lipstick and it's just, you know, even though it's sort of like a mid-toned neutral in the makeup world, on me it's quite a deep color, almost like a vampy color. So I feel like applying just a little bit of it just to sort of the center, that spot that would be like the center of the bloom of color on a cheek. These lipsticks, the Lisa Eldridge Velvets, are really great on the cheeks. They're really, really a multi-purpose feeling product. Yeah, it's like added some dimension, so it's not just so much that one rusty orange. Added a little bit of sculpting, a little bit of a flush. I feel like that's also made it something that's a bit less realistic, like maybe a little bit harder to wear. But you know, I'm just having fun in the video, so it's totally fine. Should I clean up a little bit? I feel like it's kind of come down. The color sort of crept in closer to my nose. I'm gonna leave it though and kind of reassess at the end, maybe do a little bit of blending at the end. I feel like it's time to actually choose a lip. I feel like the fun of this project is really in the eyes and cheeks, you know what I mean? Because lips are where you usually apply lipstick. And at the same time, I want the lip color that I choose to help make what's on my eyes and cheeks like work better, if that makes sense. So I feel like if I went for another bright, it would be kind of a lot. It would be a whole look, but it would be kind of a lot. I think what I want to do is put on something that's a little bit grounding, like just a little bit, almost like maybe cool toned grungy, which this one is. This is Story, Samantha's lipstick with Ofra. I'm gonna try it. It might not be the right thing, but I'm gonna go ahead and try it and then maybe layer something on top of it if it's feeling like the cool toned quality is contrasting too much with what else is on my face. But I feel like it might be just the ticket. It might be just the level-headed presence that we need on my face right now. I love this lipstick. I'm always surprised by how easily it applies and how well it looks. I always think of it as being cool toned, being kind of deep for me, which it kind of is. When I blot it, it ends up just looking really natural. I don't know. I need to stop being surprised by it. I feel like I conceive of it in a way that's different from the way that it actually looks. And every time I decide to use it, I really love the way that my lips look. It worked to kind of like, in a weird way, like neutralize everything, you know what I mean? But I think that I do want to add a little something on top just to kind of make the finish more dimensional, kind of. I think I might mix it. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna mix it with a tiny bit of the Gucci Lip Voile in Goldie Red to sort of light it up a little, both finish-wise, like shine-wise, and color-wise. Yes, I'm into this. It's funny, that isn't something I would ordinarily think to do, but I think that the fact that I've been thinking outside the box on the rest of my face has encouraged me to layer lipsticks on my actual lips and to think outside the box there as well, which I like don't ordinarily do, not in this way. You know what I mean? Like I've never put those two things together. But I'm like, what else can I do? How can I do this differently, you know? Okay, I think I'm gonna say that that's the look. I think that we did it. And my eyes, I mean, again, it's like gathering a little bit, just in the little wrinkly creases. But it's such a tenacious lipstick that it's really working out, especially for this challenge. You know what I mean? I feel like it's definitely going as well as could be expected on the eyes. I feel like the only thing that's a little bit weird, like the only thing that's a real casualty to me of the challenge is that with this fluorescent red lipstick as my eyeshadow. It's a whole thing. It's a wash of color, and it's really revealing how white my like inner waterline is, my bare inner waterline in there, because I'm not using any liners or anything. That reminds me, one of the things that I really like about the lip product that I use, the Ofra liquid lipstick, is that it's got that pointy tip. So it was easy for me to kind of shape and overline a tiny bit my lips, even though I wasn't using a lip liner. So that was another advantage to choosing this. So that took care of the fact that I didn't have a lip liner, but I don't have an eyeliner, and I don't think I can use like a lipstick or lip product as an eyeliner. So I feel like the inner waterline of my eyes looks very, very almost like creepily pale and bare. I don't feel like I know that some people like to use a white liner on their waterline to make their eyes look more open. And I don't feel like that looks quite right on me. Like, I don't feel like it really flatters my eye shape or my face. So I've never been into that. And essentially, you know, by elimination, by its absence, that's kind of like the look that I have going on. It definitely makes it look a little bit more like that sort of edgy editorial sort of thing, but it looks a little bit less comfortably wearable for me for the everyday. So after the video's over, I might just pop an eyeliner on just to make myself feel a little bit more comfortable in the look. I'm glad that I went this route with the lip as well, because I tend so much towards monochromatic things, and not just monochromatic, like all the same color, but the same undertone. Like, I tend to try to really have it feel cohesive and feel sort of like, I don't know, like if I'm using mauve, it's like I want it to be like a mauve, like a little mauve rain shower showered upon me and mauved me up. Or if I'm using oranges, I want it to be like a little orange fairy kind of came along and sprinkled me with orange dust and sort of like oranged everything, you know, like a filter. That's kind of like how I tend to think about choosing what to put with what for color, unless there's a really strong pop or really strong contrast. And here I feel like I have 3 different kinds of effects of lipstick on show. I've got this like fluorescent lipstick thing on my eyes, this rusty orange lipstick thing, and that ruddy spot on my cheeks, and then this kind of cool toned with an overlay of a little bit of a red sheen on my lips. So it's like 3 ways, it's like lipstick 3 ways in 3 different spots on my face. And I feel like that really serves the spirit of the challenge. So that is it. That is my full face of lipstick. This was more fun than I expected it to be. I don't know what I was expecting, but I was kind of like, here we go, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock. And I was expecting it to be a little bit of a mess, I think. I thought I was just gonna pick brown for everything, and it was just gonna be like goopy on my lids and going everywhere. And instead I ended up looking kind of like a really cool circus clown. Thank you for watching. If you do this at home, let me know how it goes. If you habitually, this is what I really wanna know in the comments. If you habitually use a lip product for something other than your lips, like if you're out there and your favorite blush is just actually a lipstick, that's what I want to know. I hope that you'll comment if you have something to say. I hope that you will give the video a thumbs up. And you know that I hope that you're taking extra good care of yourself so that you can be the most effective version of yourself as you do your work in the world.